Greetings, Earthlings. Oz here from planetOZ, and I have a very challenging question for you. Have you ever sliced and eaten an apple? I'm guessing yes. But here's a slightly more challenging question. Have you ever sliced and eaten an apple using only your mind? Like the apple is sitting there and you just kind of concentrate on it, and then it slices up, and then you levitate the pieces one by one up to your mouth to take a bite? If you can do that, wow, that is impressive. And you might be nearly savvy enough to build a pyramid like those in Cairo. Building a pyramid with thought. This comes largely from the Law of One, though what follows is an integration of esoteric concepts as viewed through the lens of planetOZ. As with all things, it is presented before your wisdom to be made with what you wish. In an earlier film about the incredible gift we give our pets, I gave a brief primer on the Law of One, and I'll link to that at the end of this film. What's most important is that it claims an advanced entity known as Ra communicated the Law of One material to researchers in the early 80s. In the course of those discussions, Ra confirms that he is in fact the same Ra that we hear about in ancient Egypt, and that for a long time he walked among the Egyptians. What a fantastic opportunity to ask how the pyramids were built, no? The question was asked, and Ra explained it like this. He says that all intelligent life is hierarchical. The intelligent particle is below the intelligent atom, which is below the intelligent element, which is below the intelligent molecule, and on it goes infinitely. What that means is that if one knows how, one can communicate with the intelligences within the hierarchy in the rock, and in doing so eliminate the need for any saws, ropes, chisels, or pulleys in the act of building a pyramid. Instead of manually laboring, Ra established a link of communication to this ascending hierarchy within the rock. It sounds wild, but at that point, he essentially asked the infinite rockness to form the pyramid he was imagining. Once the request was granted, the rock essentially split and moved itself to form the Great Pyramid of Giza we know and love today. That probably sounds both impossible and impossibly simple at the same time. And it might be fair to ask, if that's all that is required, why wouldn't one use this constantly? And according to Ra, it was used constantly to build thousands of structures all over the planet. And he says it also explains a lot of things we find befuddling because they involve action at a distance. The Great Pyramid of Giza, the most studied pyramid on the planet, has required great leaps of our imagination to try to understand how it was made. And that is just one of many thousands of impressive pyramids all across the globe. The terrestrial explanations for building the Great Pyramid of Giza alone challenge our concepts of construction profoundly. To then extrapolate that project thousands of times across many cultures that presumably had no way to communicate, and suddenly more esoteric explanations like thought form can warrant a second look. You might ask, if this is how it was done, why don't we learn about it this way? And in a previous film about the purpose of the pyramids, I discussed the fact that the method of building them is oddly missing from the hieroglyphic record. In the next film, I'm going to discuss a reason why that omission may have happened. So from planetOZ, until next time, Oz out.